Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are taking another look at Total Tank Simulator. In the previous video, we blitzkrieged our way through the campaign, beating all 5 levels, and I think a pretty good timestamp. We're going to take a look today at the Sandbox mode, and we have the German front and the Soviet front. I was taking a little bit of a look at the different units, and for example, if we take a look at the heavy tank KV-2 for the Soviets, you notice the armor is 810 and the fire damage is 450. If we take a look at the heavy tank on the Germans, armor is 1400, but the fire damage is only 135. So it's interesting because the tanks are nowhere near the same, even though they're both heavy tanks, which means we're gonna have to treat them a little differently, or just understand that it's not gonna be a vanilla on vanilla battle. So I'm interested to see which of these tanks is gonna come out on top. Better armor or more damage? Let's take a look. Oh, we already have a shot fired midair, acting more like aircraft and tanks right now. So here we go, we have the KV-2 versus the Tiger tank. Whoop. Looks like we got a hit from the German. Crashing through some trees, there's a ricochet, and that's gonna stall the German Tiger out, which is now firing high because it's on a slope. It is smoking heavily. Let's see, can it get this shot off? Oh, that'll be it. Alright, looks like the KV-2 has come out on top, a Soviet victory. We are going to run that again, see if we get the same thing, and let's see if we have some more dogfighting midair. Wow, off the bat, direct hit onto the KV-2, and there it is. Quick, easy, simple German victory. Alright, so it's 1-1. We are going to go for the tiebreaker. Here we go. Two early misses from either side, and the dance begins, but there's an instant hit on the German Tiger, which immobilizes it, and there's the second one. Not even a scratch on the KV-2. Okay, so what it looks like is that the KV-2 has a little bit of an upper hand one-on-one. Let's see how it looks in a extended firefight. Oh, not firefight, tank battle. Firefights for infantry. So here we go, 3-on-3. We have some rounds skipping. We have a quick hit. We have 2 quick hits. 1 tank immobilized for each side. Now 1 tank destroyed, 2 tanks destroyed. And this looks like it's going to be a pretty clear victory for the Germans, even as they lose one of their Tigers. That's a bounce shot. Another bounce shot. Can this be a comeback? There's no way this can be a comeback. There we go. Looks like this German tank actually immobilized to the point where it couldn't turn its turret anymore. Alright, there's a clear German victory. We had 1 okay, 1 immobilized, and 1 killed for the Germans, and all 3 killed for the Soviets. Notice it's not the Russians, it is definitely the Soviets. Okay, let's have a little bit of fun here. I kind of want to test out these anti-tank turrets. They did pretty well. They did pretty well in the campaign. They wrecked me pretty hard. So let's see what it does against a light tank first. Well, let's see if we can guess. Armor, fire range, fire damage is 100, and this is only rocking 145 of armor. Let's see how this does. So our light tank's gonna have to close range with it, which it looked like it's set up poorly, and it's now having to turn. So it got 1 shot off, a direct hit, and that's going to immobilize our light tank, and wow. Look at that. That was 2 shots, 2 hits, and our tank is down. Okay, let's look at a medium tank. So early misses from both sides. We have a tree turning into a rocket. The medium tank continues to shoot high. Bounce shot. Oh wow, I didn't know that could bounce a shot. Okay. Medium tank immobilized. Another bounce shot, which may give it time to... There it goes. Wow, that's cool. I didn't know the artillery pieces could bounce shots. All right, let's have a little bit of fun here. I don't know what this engine can handle, graphic-wise or unit size-wise. We have just about 100 units on the field right now. Let's see. Oh, we had a couple insta destructions, and the trees are taking some fire. Let's see. Right now, our Armada is returning fire. Look at that. That's like machine gun fire coming from those tanks. They are getting ever closer, but there's still a lot of artillery pieces marked up. And the light tanks are starting to burn. I would say about half of our force is down, and not half of the artillery is down. We are losing quite a bit. I don't really think we're getting any of those artillery pieces down. They're bouncing shots like it's cool, but is this tank... Whoa! Is that tank running over? Is that what's happening? They are. Wow, that's cool. I didn't know light tanks could run over stuff. But there goes. All the artillery pieces turned to face it. And I'm going to put this one down for a red victory. Okay, maybe not. We got some chain reaction combustibles going on here. Look how high those flew. We have a lot of immobilized tanks. But wow, is this gonna be a blue? Is this gonna be a German victory? I don't know. It all depends if this one tank can take out 5 artillery pieces. Okay, it cannot. So the rest of the tanks are immobilized, and they're gonna get picked off one by one. All right, well. It seems like it was definitely going to Red's favor, but as soon as these light tanks reached the line, it definitely swung back in their favor until firepower just overran them. Alright, that's pretty cool. Artillery flat? We can try it on our side. I know these have super long range. These have 1,000 meter range and 100 damage over 5 meters. Okay, let's see what these can do. And this is definitely more than 100. We're looking at about 125 units right now. Let's see how this plays out. And let's look from their perspective. Wow. It's like steel rain. Can you imagine if you were a commander sending your tanks into this, just knowing that so many are going to get destroyed? We got a little bit of a clumping issue back here, but they're taking the field without too many casualties. They're actually pushing forward really nicely. Bottom left, we have a little bit of a, I don't even know what to call that. It looks like they're all just jammed up on that hill. But here they come. They made it through with really negligible losses, to be honest. And that's a lot of artillery pieces. And they are into the lines, and I think they're into the lines with enough to carry the day. Yep, this is going to be a Soviet victory for sure. Maybe this is why these artillery pieces are so much cheaper than the anti-tank. And here's the last stand of the Germans. Boom, that's it. Capiche. All right. Let's clear that. Let's clear that. What should we do next? What should we do next? Go ahead and place some medium tanks in an arrowhead formation. Coming forward, and then we're gonna have an ambush force. Of Germans. And they're gonna hit them with their mediums, and then coming up from the back is gonna be a fast react force to close them off. So it's 21 units versus 39, but actually the Soviets have quite a bit more money. Let's see how the number game plays out. Because I know heavy tanks are 350 and light tanks are only 50. But Look at. So we have our attack force coming. They're spreading out, reacting to the ambush. Wow, that's a lot of heavy tanks. I mean, I knew I put that many, but looking at it, that's a lot of heavy tanks. They're gonna wreak some havoc with our force. Yeah, they are dropping our medium like it's grown out of style. We're not doing too much damage. I wish there was a number indicator somewhere of how many forces you deployed versus how many were left. Maybe even if we could get fancy, have like a damage indicator for each tank. But that may take up a lot of HUD space. Make the game a little bit less immersive. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think they lost a single heavy. They may have lost one, maybe. Alright, yeah. The heavy tanks, nope, no immobilized, none killed. Alright. Let's tweak with this. They're gonna need support. So we're gonna drop a line of heavies, which is only 6 to their 10. And then we're going to have a couple lights behind them. So it's 37 to 21. We only have about 200 more money spent than them. But I feel like these heavies are going to give us a little bit of sustainability. And a little bit more firepower. There we go. Did you see that round ricochet off like 4 tanks? That was pretty crazy. There we go. There's the steel jaws of the trap closing. See if the Germans can pull out a victory on this one. So we have a nice a knot of defenders. They are the last of the Soviet convoy, except for two medium tanks out there. But just a full host of heavies getting absolutely pounded. Look at that, bouncing shots, taking damage, getting immobilized, and it's one more is left, and it's about to go down. And now we just have 2 mediums over here. They should be running the other way, but I don't think they're going to get a chance to even if they tried. There goes one. And there goes the other. Nice. Let's try something a little crazy. Let's really stress test this. And see how well this game does with large units. This might crash my game. And therefore the recording. Wow, look at that, almost perfect. All right, cross your fingers. Okay, it is chugging along. It is definitely chugging along. We're gonna sit here and let these tanks go ham on each other till it clears up. Because we're probably getting 1 frame per second right now, maybe if we're lucky. We're not even seeing in bullet shells go whizzing by. Oh wow. Well, hold on. Zoom a little closer. A little bit. Too far. Trying to get just a little bit closer to the action. All right, maybe that was just that was a few too many. Okay, so that was about almost 400 units. Alright, let's see. Let's see what that looks like. 200 units on the field at one time. Okay, they're dropping nicely. I would say, okay, that's, yeah, way better. Still a little bit laggy, but that's 200 individual units on the field making their own choices, firing, rounds bouncing off armor, smoke going. There's all sorts of stuff happening right now. You can just see rounds whizzing by the camera. This is 200, or this is 100 on 100 light tanks. And as always, each faction is taking their respective flank. Although, if I had to choose, I would say the Soviets, well, there's a huge cluster. The Soviets are a little more spread out. But if I had to put my money on anything, I'd put my money on the Soviets right now. It looks like the Germans are getting kind of caught up in a corner. I don't know if they're going to be able to get out of this. We have a lot of immobilized tanks. Yeah, I'm going to put my money on the Russians. The Soviets, my apologies. Look at that. Nope. Nope. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Trying to get some detail on this tank. Well, that's probably about as close as we're going to get for now. There we go. There's a little closer. Boom! Right in our face. Yeah, we have a group that's further encapsulating the Germans, and they're down to the last survivor, and that's it. A Soviet victory. Let's see how many they had left. They had 16 OK and 31 immobilized. So about 47 tanks left out of 110. So that's under half, but just barely. So they beat the Germans by half, which is interesting. I didn't think that was going to be the case. I did not think that was going to be the case. Alright, what else can we do? Maybe do a little attack and defend if we can figure that out. I wish we could give orders like before the game started. I know the whole point of the simulator is to simulate, obviously. But I wish we could give like a general order, like hold position. You know, if you're trying to do like an attack and defense, that would be cool. So we're gonna be. This is my attempt to like recreate like a Russian defense installation. With one big heavy one holding the center line, and plenty of anti-tank, because behind this is Stalingrad. Oh, that was horrible. Stalingrad. Well, you know, I can't do a Russian accent. Vodka. Stalingrad. Yeah, you know, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. And this is going to be the main effort of the German push. They have been depleted by winter. They have been depleted by Russian assaults, by Russian ambushes, by everything. Lack of fuel, lack of parts. So it's going to be a pretty sparse assault with not a whole lot of artillery coming in, a couple pieces. And this is their last attempt at capturing this this base. Stalingrad. Huh. Alright, so we have 20 units, they have 20 units, they have over 1,000 more money spent than us, but we'll balance it out after we check out how this goes. Alright. Well, it looked like we had a couple explode off the start, so let's restart this. That is something I've noticed, is that sometimes the artillery pieces just explode. See, we're going to try one more time, and then if not, then we're just going to chalk that up to German saboteurs. Alright, we had 3 explode, but they exploded rather evenly. And some are turned around, but like I said, we got some German saboteurs in the base to wreak havoc. And these are going to be the backbone of the defense. The tanks are going to go down pretty quickly. Let's see what happens. Artillery coming in. We're pushing on the guns. The guns are going down. 1, 2, 3. 4 down to 3. They're trying to hit those heavies, but those heavies monstrous. Oh, look at that. Bouncing shots. Bouncing shots. Is that it? German victory. That was an easy German victory. We only lost a couple tanks. Yeah, we only lost 4. 4 tanks. Okay. We had a lot of heavies. Let's take away that and see how that changes. We're just gonna take away a couple heavies and see what happens. Ah, we had 4 of those guns blow up. That's gonna be really detrimental to this Soviet defense. So, the lack of our heavies prevented us from destroying their tracked vehicles, and that's given their anti-tank guns way too much time to take out our attacking force. Although this berm is bouncing shots. It is bouncing shots like no other. There is not a single anti-tank shot getting through to it. This is hull down. That's what it's called. When you put a tank like this, it's hull down. And it's hard to hit. So, wait, this will actually be a German victory. Because all their tanks are immobilized. So this will be a German victory, yep, because we can reach their artillery and we will... Did we really take out their heavy? I thought their heavy was still alive. So yeah, give this enough time and we'll bombard them to submission after a while. Alright, that was a surprise. I didn't expect that to happen. Alright. How many light tanks do you think it's going to take out a heavy tank? Let's give it a go. 6 on 1, or let's give them 1 more. So it's equal money spent. And let's see what happens. I think the biggest issue this heavy tank is going to have is tracking. Because look how quick they move and how slow this turret tracks. It's going to just fire behind them until it gets in a good angle. It's already immobilized. And it hasn't even taken down a single light tank yet. There's one. But now its turret is immobilized too. So that's pretty much it. That's going to be a Soviet victory. So the answer to your question is 6 light can take down 1 heavy. Alright, what about... Or 7 actually, 7 lights. What about 4? Boom. Just destroying the trees. Peter will be pissed. Well, our heavy's already in mode. No, it's not. Is that the tree smoking or the heavy smoking? Okay, that's the tree smoking. The heavy's still operational. It has yet to take a kill. But it is bouncing shots. It's shooting high. Straight into the tree. Now the heavy's damaged. And now the turret's damaged, which you can still shoot, but only has stuff in front of it, which it takes down 1, but couldn't take down the other one. Okay, so this one's going to end up being a Russian victory. We'll play this one out. Because we did it. There it is. Alright. Well, I think that's going to be the video there. If you guys have any ideas on what you want to see, remind you there are landmines, there is long-range artillery, short-range anti-tank artillery, heavy tanks, medium tanks, and light tanks. Which, what we're gonna do So, just for you guys to remember, there are landmines, long-range artillery, short-range anti-tank artillery, heavy tanks, medium tanks, and light tanks. Each one with its own uses, and each one, some of them have this super neat self-destruction button that they like to press at the beginning of games. So get some ideas in mind, comment them in the comment section. I'll build the battles you guys want to see, and we can watch some, look at that. What did he just one-shot? That was a light tank out in the back. Well, we'll watch the last stand of these Germans, which there's only... Okay. Alright guys, that's going to be the video. We're going to end it here. Let me know what you guys want to see, and we'll get that going for you guys. Alright, thank you for watching.